What's up, everyone? It's DarkSpyro here, and today we finally got the Fallen of Albaz Buster Blader combo tutorial. You guys have been waiting for this for a very long time. I'm sorry for the massive delay, but I promise it's worth it. We got 2 test hands and a surprise little bit of Master Duel gameplay at the end of this video. But of course, that's not the sole purpose for this video. We're gonna announce the winner for the Buster Blader Albaz playmat right now. So let's spin this wheel. If you guys don't see your name on this wheel, that's most likely because you weren't a public subscriber. That was one of the prerequisites to be entered for the giveaway. So make sure next time you switch that private status to public and you'll be featured on this wheel. So let's see who's gonna win. Okay, congratulations to Solar Shiranui. You are the winner of the Buster Blader Albaz playmat right here. So just contact me on Discord and make sure that your Discord is tied to your YouTube so that I know for sure that it's you. If you don't know how to reach me on Discord, there is a link in the description and in my About Me towards my Discord channel, but my Discord is being moved towards another one right now. You just click on my name, DM me, and we'll go from there. If you didn't win, there's always next time. I have more playmats always in the works, and I have other things that I'm planning to do for giveaways, so make sure you subscribe, turn on the notification bell. But without further ado, let's dive on in to these test hands. Okay, before we move into any Master Duel content, let's just do a quick test hand with the actual cards first, because there's some cards that are not released in Master Duel yet. I'm pretty sure you guys are here just because you want to know how to actually play this deck step by step. So Master Duel content does help to showcase what it can do, but I want to actually break it down in the test hand first. So I have shuffled this quite a bit, and I've pretty much finished my explanation. So cut the deck, let's just grab a sample of 5 cards here. And this is actually really good. So if you're going second, you got the imperm there as a hand trap, which is nice, but even if we are going first, you just set it, so no big deal. I pretty much know how to navigate this just from looking at it, because quick launch is super amazing. We get a special summon a rock from our deck, we'll just go with a tracer. Now you can either just go straight up Noctovision right now, or you can wait for another Dark Dragon to come out, but we may as well just go Noctovision because we just special the Dark Dragon. And if somebody tries to hit your quick launch, we have another one, you just chain on top of it. But we're going to go into a Link 1 now, so using our Rocket Tracer, we're going to go into a Striker Dragon. That will activate the effect of our Striker Dragon because he's Link summoned, and that means we get to add a Boot Sector launch from deck to hand. Just to be safe, I'm going to actually blow up my own Striker Dragon to add the Tracer back from graveyard to hand. If you really wanted to, because we do have another quick launch, you could also banish your Striker Dragon and go Red MD. Personally, there's nothing really worth specialing from hand. Maybe if we had like a Brotar to go more plus. I also want to have a Link engrave if we do make a Borload Savage Dragon and we don't make any other links. You never know what your opponent has, but we're just going to go for free play. So we're going to activate our second quick launch. This will be our 4th summon. I'm just going to go for a Rocket Synchron. So using your Rocket Synchron and your Noctovision Dragon, we're going to go for a Link 2, obviously our Hieratic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres. This will activate the effect of our Noctovision Dragon. So let's just quickly give this a quick shuffle and draw a random card. Doesn't matter what we get, really. I mean, I shouldn't say that, because if we get a Buster Blader, it's a quick launch. Actually, that's pretty funny. If we get a Buster Blader, then Protector Whelp is a very good line. Maybe after this, I'll try and open with a Blader on purpose, but I think I have gameplay in Master Duel anyway, so you'll know what I'm talking about. We're just going to go activate our Boot Sector launch, and I guess we could just activate quick launch. Doesn't really matter. I'll special out the Silver Rocket Dragon. Just activate your Boot Sector launch. Since we haven't used any hard effects of, like, say, Rocket Synchron or Tracer, we could use these 2 to go into a Needle Fiber, Crystron Halki Fibrax, and that will activate its effect, so we can special summon a level 1 tuner. We'll just special summon the Rocket Synchron. Now we're going to banish Rocket Synchron and special summon Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon effect, special summon the Tracer from grave. You could just use Tracer effect to either blow up Red MD or the Boot Sector launch. I'm going to keep Sector launch just in case. We'll blow up Red MD, a Rocket Recharger in defense. And now we're just going to tune these guys together for, obviously, Synchro 8. We'll just make a Savage Dragon, because why not? And this is why we did not banish that Striker Dragon, because we don't have a Protector Whelp engrave right now. We didn't go that combo line, because there's no Blader, there's no point. So if we have at least 1 negate and 500 attack here for our Savage Dragon, and we got an imperm, so we may as well set that, right? And this is just about what our end board will look like on turn 1, if we're not really interrupted, obviously. I'm going to start to show you guys a little bit more hypotheticals of what can happen through this board. Obviously, we have 1 negate to kind of free us up with the Savage. We also have a monster negate here with imperm, which will lock down their column if they try to activate a spell or trap there. That's a nice little bit of interruption. If this still isn't enough to stop them, we have 2 more plays. So we can banish our Needle Fiber as a play, and obviously that's a synchro summon. We'll bring out Shooting Riser Dragon. Because Shooting Riser Dragon was synchro summoned, we get to send a monster that is lower than level 7, and it will modify its level by decreasing it. So if that sounded very complicated, basically, if he's level 7, I can send, say, this level 6 Mono Dragon Zernatron, level 7 -6. Riser is now a level 1, and Zerna has a good graveyard effect. That's why I like doing this strategy. If you want to, because that negates burn, you can make Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss right now during your opponent's turn. We can use the quick effect on Heretic Seals to tribute itself to spin a card back to the hand. So let's say we have 1 monster on their side of the field, whether it's a light, dark, doesn't, well, I guess it kind of matters for what we're going to make, but we can actually spin back the Boot Sector launch, or if we burn the negate on Savage, we can spin back the Striker Dragon, but I honestly wouldn't do that because he's still getting 500 attack. You can just send Boot Sector launch back to your hand. Why I like having this as an Albaz package is if they have a monster on the field, you can bring out Fallen of Albaz, and he will have 0 attack and defense. Why I say it's nice to spin your own card back to your hand. We have no cards in our hand. So if we spun this Boot Sector launch back to our hand, it's a discard for Fallen of Albaz now to activate its effect. We'll go for the little super poly. Let's say they have a light monster, we'll go Albion. Then Albion effect, we'll just banish 2 Dark Dragons, so because we have a plethora of them, we'll take our Red MD and Fallen of Albaz, and that's going to make a Borreload Furious Dragon, which is really good. So this has quick effect speed. We can target 1 face-up monster we control, 1 card they control, and just destroy it, which is really cool. It's the 3k beat stick as well. So if we want to pop our own Albion, we'll get the end phase effect. So what I'll typically do is I'll target the Albion, like I said, and that's going to pop it, but then you can also go like Chainlink 2, use these 2, because he's a Dark Dragon Synchro that's level 8, and he's now a level 1 tuner. You can make Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, which is another Omni Negate, 3200 beat stick. And we'll pop the Albion, so the end phase effect, we'll be able to set Branded in White directly from our deck. And we still got a lot of damage here to swing. And this is just on our opponent's turn to mess them up. Like, what happens when it comes back to our turn here, right? Oh, so that's just game, sorry. I also didn't even set the Branded in White, because I was talking, obviously. But that's ridiculous. That's a full combo, because they're already in a very seriously detrimental situation, and the normal summon Whelp is obviously the best normal summon in our whole deck. So yeah, I would say that's a successful test hand. Okay, let's just do a little bit more of the combo tutorial with some real cards before we finish up this video with the Master Duel portion of this. So I'm going to start this off basic. We're going to go normal summon the Buster Whelp. Typically you could add a prologue, memories. I've done this many times. We're going to add a Blader even though we have one in hand already. I'll show you why in a minute. We're going to link 1 obviously. Striker Dragon. That's going to add ourselves a Boot Sector launch. In chain 2 we'll go Noctovision. Why not? So special that Noctovision Dragon. Boot Sector launch will be added to our hand. We're going to make ourselves a Protector Whelp this time instead of a Heretic Seals. So we can go chain 1 Noctovision, chain 2 Protector Whelp, or if you want to chain block, you could go the other way around. Let's just go chain 2 Noctovision, so we'll get our draw, then we'll bin. Oh, Chaos Space, that's cool. And we're gonna send memories. With Destruction Sword memories, we're gonna be able to fuse, but because we used his effect successfully, we have Bladers in hand, we're gonna special summon 1 right now. This Chaos Space actually changed quite a bit with that Absurator in hand, I'm not gonna lie. Like, we could pitch it, add 2 different cards right now, which is really cool. First, I'm gonna show you guys this section next. Using the Buster Whelp in our grave, we are actually gonna discard the Buster Blader in our hand, and we're gonna get to special summon it. Why we're able to do that is because he's a Destruction Sword card in our hand, and we don't want to discard Dragon Buster because we could just equip it and then unequip it to special it right now since we have a Buster Blader. So just because we can, let's use these 2 for Heretic Seals. And then we're going to use that chaos space that our Noctua Vision was so gracious to give us. We're going to pitch away our Abster Router. This is going to add us Wyver Burster. And of course, Abster Router is going to allow us to add Rocket Tracer. So we're going to banish that Striker Dragon to special summon Wyver Burster right now. And then using the Wyver Burster and Dragon Buster, we're going to make Needle Fiber. So this is actually going to trigger off a couple of effects once again. We're going to go Chain 1 Needle Fiber, Chain 2 Wyver Burster to Chain Block. And we're going to add ourselves Black Dragon Clap Serpent. And then we can special summon another level 1 tuner. I'm going to put out the Rocket Synchron this time. So using Blader and Rocket Synchron, we're going to make ourselves a Buster Dragon. Buster Dragon's effect, we can actually special summon back a Buster Blader. So it's your choice. You can bring back the OG, or we can even bring back the Retrain. So we can just bring back the Retrain. Why I like having him out there is, let's say we equip him with Dragon Buster, and because their field is turned into dragons, when it comes back to our turn, we can use his effect in the main phase to send Dragon Buster, because it's a dragon, and it'll blow up all the dragons on their field. Now, we're going to go and activate our Boot Sector launch. I'm going to special summon Collapse Serpent, actually, so let's banish Wyver Burster. And because we have a Chaos Space here, we're going to actually use Chaos Space's effect. We're going to banish it, put Wyver Burster on the bottom of our deck, and we're going to get a free draw. So let's just quickly shuffle this a couple times. Doesn't really matter. Wyver Burster to the bottom of the deck, draw a free card. Oh, we're off that. Doesn't really help us right now. Would have been really clutch if we had that level 1 on the field still. Because like we could have added Rocket Synchron, and with Boot Sector launch we would have 2 more special summons, but that's okay. It's still a discard if we need it. Which, spoiler alert, if we go Albaz, we will need a discard anyway, so. We're going to use Boot Sector launch, and we're going to special summon Rocket Tracer. So I'm going to show you guys my side deck right now, because most of this is just options that you can throw in here. So we got a Mirror Jade, Titanic Lid, Alba Lentis, the Abyss Dragon. Finally got my copy. Did not mention it in the profile, but this is a really good card. Probably better than 5-headed, honestly. But what I was getting to was these 2 extra Synchro Leads here. If you want to throw in Chaos Ruler for the extra draw power right now, that's a pretty cool idea, because you can just get rid of the Chaos Ruler instead of Borlow's Savage Dragon. And Crimson Blader is just, you know, funny to use for me. It's nostalgia, and it's actually really good. If you destroy a monster by battle, your opponent cannot normal or special level 5 or higher monsters during their next turn. So it actually does come up. He's really good. Anyways, we're going to go back into what we're going to synchro into. I just wanted to show you guys some extra options. Or if you don't want to synchro summon, you can make a BLS right now, which is really funny, but we're going first, so I'd rather have an extra negate, right? So let's go for a Borloge Savage Dragon using these 2. Savage Dragon effect, but we also have that Collapse Serpent, so we're going to get another card back to our hand. And then we will equip our Protector Whelp, which gives us 2 negates and only 200 attack instead of 5. But that's fine. 2 Omni negates is better than 1. We got 2 cards in hand now, and can just use them for discard fodder, like I said. So if we wanted to right here, we could go for a Crimson Blader using him. Honestly, the only thing we could do is just make another Buster Dragon, in my opinion. If you're playing Wizard Buster and you got Wizard Buster in the grave, using both Buster Dragons simultaneously to equip both of your equips at the same time is really good. Like I said, we have the Heretic Seals here as well, so we can tribute it off and spin a card back to their hand, and or extra deck, I guess, depending on what you spun back. But then you can special summon Fallen of Albaz off his effect, discard a card, make one of our fusions, and we still have memories live engraved. So if we synchro him away for another Buster Dragon, for example, or like just we spin it back, doesn't really matter. We have another Blader engraved. It's just so that we have more space on the field. There's so many different outlets here that you can go. Like, that's why I really like this deck. It just, you can really tweak it to be personal so that you can change little things here and there. But overall, like, it's just so hard to play against, I'm not gonna lie. I love mastering just one deck, and the more I've been playing this deck, the more you like just see so many available options at all times, and you're just like, oh, instead of this being a Savage Dragon, this could be literally anything else. Instead of playing Riser, you could play Formula and make a Baron with it. Like, there's literally, sky's the limit. That's why I love it. And as you've seen, how many Albaz cards you can actually throw into your extra deck. We're only playing 2 Fallen of Albaz, 1 Albion the Shrouded Dragon, and of course the Branded in white, but it's such a small package in the main deck. Yeah, like you banish these guys obviously, then you bring out Big Boy, and on your opponent's turn you just use Quick Effect Buster, and you can equip to him, you can equip to him. I equip it to him so that he's not as much as a threat for like a kaiju. Then obviously you got your Needle Fiber, which is just simple. You go into your Riser dumps the mana, now he's a level 1, and we could either use him or we could use Savage or Buster Dragon. I wouldn't use Buster Dragon honestly if you only have 1, but like you could use these guys and just go into an Abyss for free, which is really sick. And when it comes back to your turn with all these resources that we have, like you can make another Buster Dragon if you want, which is absolutely hilarious. And you don't need to, right? So if you didn't use this effect, or if you did and you have like other things, like really you could just do anything you want, and you pretty much, like, your opponent just sits there and watches. They're at their mercy. So that's just about it for this section of the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. We're going to move on into the Master Duel section next. Funny thing about the replay I'm about to show you, there was a comment a while ago I got. Somebody said, there's no way that this deck could beat Sword Soul if I was going second. So this replay is a Sword Soul player going first, and me absolutely bullying them just to prove a point. And sorry for the duelist that I did this to. I do not like doing that to anybody. It feels bad. But for the sake of content, I guess you guys are going to see a little bit of the dark side of Spyro. That's just about it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you really enjoyed it, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. It helps me get into the algorithm more, so more people like you can see these videos in the future. And if there's a specific Buster Blader profile or anything in general you want to see me do in the future on this channel, just leave a comment down below. I try to read them all and get back to you. If I'm unable to, I at least try to make sure you know that I've seen it. Make sure you guys stay in the loop, throw on that notification bell, and as always, I hope you all have a wonderful day.